All right, hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Trading the Markets. I am your host, Vays, and today we are going to mostly focus on stocks and traditional markets. This is going to be completely interactive. I'm still trying to find a way to make the show interesting. So those that are tuning in live, go ahead and I will keep an eye on the live chat. We're just going to pull up a bunch of stocks. I'm going to do a 3-minute overview of the price of Bitcoin, which is completely not interesting once again. And then I'm just going to take a look at other markets. All right. So without any further ado, let's go to screen share and do a quick Bitcoin overview. Here's the annual chart of Bitcoin. As you guys can see, we had a horrendous year that ended with a 64% downside. I am expecting this year to close on a green candle. How green? Well, no one actually knows. This is normally my monthly chart, and you can see by the monthly chart, we are starting off January pretty well, but we are usually looking at the Heikin-Ashi version of this chart. And we'll do this, maybe it's a little too much. Nope, something is not working here. What's going on? Something's not right. Anyway, doesn't matter. Instead of figuring it out, I'm going to do it the hard way. There we go. I don't think we need oscillators on this. Here we go. So this is another bad month. It's not showing us the swing low, but it is showing us a new closing low. And we will see how the month ends because we just started. Weekly chart has not changed. Yes, we had a little bit of a pop. The price of Bitcoin is now $16,800 instead of $16,300 as it was last week, but that makes absolutely no difference whatsoever as the weekly chart continues to chug along while the death cross is, of course, coming. No change on this chart, still leaning a little bit bearish. The oscillators are a little bit bullish, not making any material difference. The allocation chart makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. We have a small bullish position on the allocation chart, and we will keep it that way until Bitcoin is above 17,000 and probably 17,500. And that will be the first indication that maybe we should add to our bullish position. Another opportunity to add to the bullish position is upon a crash below the swing low. The swing low is at 15,500. So if the price of Bitcoin falls below 15,500 and more specifically below 15,000, that is another opportunity to buy the dip. I think we are more likely to crash at some point to below 15,500 than we are to break 20,000 for now. The longer we are consolidating, the more bullish I will get. But for the next month or two, if we are consolidating for the next month or two, I will be leaning bearish. If we are consolidating for 3 months or longer, I will now be leaning bullish. What happens between month 2 and month 3? I have absolutely no idea. I will make up my mind when we get to month 2 and 3. So we're talking the month of March. If we are still consolidating at 16,000 something in the month of March, I will be flipping from being bearish on the consolidation to bullish on the consolidation. So stay tuned and tune in. Hey guys, the Financial Summit is also back. The Financial Summit is actually going to take place ahead of Unconfiscatable. So I really should be promoting these tickets and selling these tickets. You can reserve your spot with a $2,000 deposit, and which is of course refundable. And then you decide sometime over the summer or going into September whether you will be paying the rest to reserve that spot or giving it up to someone else or just moving your deposit to a future event. So hopefully see a lot of you guys there. Please review the website, check out the incredible rooms. And of course, we will be announcing incredible people that will be attending the next Financial Summit. And by now, we had so many people attend all the prior Financial Summits and this one is a year away. We're going to have so many returning people who are becoming incredible friends. So just like that, Unconfiscatable is also on sale. The prices have gone up, but I have a discount code. The discount code is tone 10. I should probably just make the discount code 10. It will give you 10% off on the tickets. There are other discounts floating around. Use the discount of your favorite unconfiscatable promoter. There will be a few other podcasters that have discount codes. Mine is tone 10 because it's not fair that my fans have to pay more money for the event. So I created tone 10. But if you really want to support the event and make sure the event comes back and you have the financial means, the best way to support is to just buy the ticket at full price. Oh, these prices have gone up. Sorry, guys. When you open this up, I still have to restart my computer. Actually, if I close this and I go to Unconfiscatable, I think the new prices are going to show up. Let me see. Yes, there they are. You can see how the seats are being sold. The carnivory seats are in hot demand. So the carnivory seats are selling at the same rate as the conference seats, except there's 1/4 of the people at the carnivory dinner versus conference. The conference can handle 400, the dinner cannot. The dinner can only handle about 100 and change. So the dinner, at this rate, the dinner is going to sell out in 2 months. And the dinner is not till December. So jump fast, guys. So there you go. There's a discount code tone 10. Go ahead and use that to take 10% off your ticket, and only your ticket, not the carnivory. It will take 10% off the VIP ticket. If you really want to support, please buy the VIP ticket. If you think I make a lot of money from this event, that is insane. The last 2 events actually lost money, and and this one will finally make some money, which would guarantee the return of this event in 2024. Don't forget the poker tournament. It will absolutely sell out as well. If you click on this, you'll see how many seats we have left in poker. It's right there, 68 seats. So this will absolutely sell out. Poker will always be 0.03 Bitcoin. It doesn't matter what the price of Bitcoin is. It will always be 0.03. So if the price of Bitcoin crashes to 10,000, the seed just became $300. And if the price of Bitcoin triples, well, the seed just became $1,500. So, and the prize is also denominated in Bitcoin. First place will get 1 Bitcoin. It'll get 1/3 of the Bitcoin in the prize pool. So first place gets 1 full Bitcoin out of 3, because we are going to sell this out. But in case we don't, it goes by percentage. So you're not going to get a full Bitcoin. You'll get 33% of the total, but we're going to sell out. Like we always sell out the tournament. All right, follow us on social media. This has lasted for far too long. So let's go to daily chart of Bitcoin. Nothing interesting here. Same old, consolidating. This is my consolidation zone, so nothing is changed. All right, let's talk stocks. Let's talk stocks. Let me get to your questions first, because otherwise I'm going to lose them in the live chat. Let me just pull up the charts, just in case I missed something. Ooh, there goes oil. Oil took a little bit of a dive. As you guys know, I am still bullish on oil for this year. Oh, today's Thursday. We got to see the strategic oil reserve and how they're doing. Well, gold. Told you guys, gold is the time to exit gold right now. We are on an MRI top in gold this week. I have made it very clear that this is the week you should take your profit on gold. It's at resistance. It's an MRI top, and it is also becoming a reversal candle with just one more trading day to go. That is a triple whammy of reasons to take profit from your gold position that you should have entered on an MRI buy. Stock market is pulling back. Stock market is also consolidating. It is not interesting. Unlike Bitcoin, I am slightly leaning bullish on the stock market, which is a bit of a contradiction, because if the stock market is rising, then so is Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin is crashing, or stock market is crashing, so is Bitcoin. But I think Bitcoin markets have crashed enough, and the stock markets still have actually some room to the downside, but I am bullish on both of them. I think Bitcoin will reverse sometime this quarter. My moderators are sending questions. Hey guys, yeah, please send in questions, and then I can look at Bitfarms. Bernoulli, thanks, brother. We got Bernoulli, we got It's Hard as moderators in the chat. Send over any tickers or stocks people want me to take a look at. We don't have a lot of live viewers today, just 150, so I should be able to get to people's stuff. But I don't want this video to be too long, so we got about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes to go. Correlation chart, not very interesting right now. Bitfarms, I also want to refresh this page. I want to see how much gas has been siphoned off by the Democrat presidential administration. Also want to keep an eye on the rates. We are about 25 days away, 27 days away from the next rate hike. And wow, look at that. The odds are dropping. The odds are significantly dropping that the Fed will only raise a quarter basis point. People are now starting to believe that the Fed is going to raise 50 basis points. If they do, the markets will certainly take a nosedive, or they might preemptively take a nosedive. I personally feel the Fed should only raise it a quarter. But hey, they might say screw the administration and raise it 50 cents. Okay. Let's look at when is the next announcement. Next release is going to be on the 5th. That is today. They're going to release the 29th data today. It is not here yet, so they have not yet released. So tomorrow, I may or may not do the stream tomorrow. I don't. Oh, tomorrow, guys. Speaking of tomorrow, tomorrow, I will be on an incredible Spaces. So Mario Nawfal, who's becoming very popular because guys like Elon Musk are joining his Spaces. He's got a he's got a Spaces going today. What's his Spaces today? Urgent Crypto Space. Is DCG the last domino to fall? I don't think the DCG fall is that big. I may, oh no, I got work to do. I can't join this space. Maybe I'll join after the thing. But he's got a crazy Spaces happening tomorrow. You guys know what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is January 6th. He did a Spaces about Andrew Tate. So tomorrow, he has a space about what happened, the events of January 6th, the 1-year anniversary of January 6th, Capitol protests. And since I was there on January 6th, I will be joining that space as a special guest, maybe even a co-host, who knows. And we will discuss January 6th, you know, and the year since then, because I might be one of the few people on his space as a speaker that was actually there for a first-hand account. So this will take place at noon tomorrow. I'm sure he'll tweet it out. I will be retweeting it. So keep that in mind. That I will be on the space talking about January 6th tomorrow. Okay. Bitfarms stock. Well, who missed it? Who got it? This is the daily chart. If you did not believe in the MRI, how do you not now, right? Look, I know that right here, the daily MRI did not reverse the stock for a 40% return, right? Right here. Look at that, 30% in 4 days from the opening day of the MRI buy on a day. There's 2 things I can say about this MRI buy. First of all, this MRI buy did not coincide with the weekly MRI buy. The weekly, this happened on the 9th of December. And if I move it to a weekly chart, the 9th of December was here on this candle, which was still 2 weeks away from a weekly MRI buy. And the weekly MRI buy is more important than the daily MRI buy. The next daily MRI buy came immediately after, a few days after the weekly MRI buy. It was unfortunate that the day of the MRI buy was still like in the middle of Christmas, New Year's, the day before New Year's. But I got in with options, so I'm not selling. Options trades, I mean, you don't take profit this quickly. You want time decay to catch on. So I can't explain my options trading. It was a spread trade. And let's see what you guys got. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't do notifications. I don't do follow the leader. I don't show my trades. That's not what I do. I teach people how to make their own decisions. So you have to make your own decisions. Someone tweeted at me today that they already exited this trade. Someone said, I've been busy the last 2 days, so I haven't done any videos. So a tweet came in right here. I am in Panama, by the way. If you are in Panama, connect with me. We'll go grab a drink. We'll go get some dinner. So here was the trade that somebody did. They got in better than I did. Like, I didn't get in over here. So this person got in and had a 35% return. And he said he already exited. Sent this tweet today. A great job, Euphoric. No, you're welcome. You're certainly welcome. And thank you. Thank you for following my work. And I'm very happy you made money. The stock pulled back 95%. And he's saying he took profit yesterday. But chart still looks good. I agree. The chart does still look good, which is why I'm not taking any profit. But I also didn't get in as good as you did. You know, I got in, but it's an options trade, right? Like with an options trade, it doesn't really matter. Like the pennies don't matter when it comes to an options trade. Okay, so with an options trade, I wish I could have gotten in this day, right? I got in over here. I didn't get a good fill. Like it was like 46 cents, but again, it's an options trade. It's an option spring. It's an option spread trade. So for me, I'm here, and I'm probably gonna hold on to this for a little while. I got room to hold this for a few months because I just want to actively manage stuff. I'm not gonna get into the details of what kind of spread it was. Those that are interested in knowing what kind of spread it was, what you need to do is you need to go to tonebase.com. You need to go to products and services on demand videos. And you need to click on options course. Okay. This is a 3-day options course. Oh crap. You need to get this today because I'm going to raise the price tomorrow. It's going back to $2,000. It's going to go back to $2,000 and then a few weeks after the course, after you buy the course and you've watched the course, you can then hit me up and I will do a 1-hour private consultation, a 1-hour private consulting call with those that purchase the course. It is going to go back to $2,000, which is, it's honestly, even $2,000 is too cheap for this. Okay. It's a 3-day course. It teaches you everything about options from start to finish, from what is an option to how to safely trade them, which is important. The word safely is very, very important. Anyway, we can go to the weekly chart of Bitfarms and we can see that there is still plenty of upside, especially if Bitcoin price is going to turn around soon. Okay, I find it very unlikely we're going to cross this MRI support line, and it's great. Also, Bitfarms was in the news, guys. Did you catch this article on January 3rd? It talked about how Bitfarms is in an incredible position and how they're actually mining a lot of Bitcoin. Here's a whole summary of Bitfarms financials. So you need to pay attention. You know, if you're going to enter a stock trade, you really need to know what's going on. I paid attention to this. I read this. It's an overview of Bitfarms. If you're going to trade a stock, you should know what it can do. You should know what it's got. All right, now we can look at other stuff. Can't believe it pulled back this much. Yeah, guys, most of the people that come on my show actually reach out to me. I just don't have the time nor the patience to be trying to reach out to people who I don't know personally, trying to convince them to come to the show. If I had a professional manager of my show, but since I don't make any money with the show, it's hard for me to pay a professional manager to produce the show. So guests are rare and few between. Okay, questions. Let's see. Tone, do you like CleanSpark Bitcoin miner? I have never heard of CleanSpark Bitcoin miner. I'm not going to be Googling it. If it has a stock on the stock exchange, I'm happy to look at the chart, but they're all going to look exactly the same. Here is Marathon, and you can see how it had a perfect MRI buy call. Absolutely perfect. Again, if you don't have the MRI, it's only like $400. I have not raised the price of the MRI. It's only like $400. I have not raised the price of the MRI at all. It's MRI indicator right here. I've not raised the price. $400. There it is. $400. Okay. Next stop. Tour ETF. What is that? iShares MSCI Turkey ETF. What the hell happened this week? What the hell is that? Okay, so what you have to realize is there's two things going on here. What happened to Turkey? I know they're about to be buddy-buddy with Russia, and the United States hates it, but what happened in Turkey? Did someone like this is not normal, right? Like what happened in Turkey? What happened to their currency? So the currency is still going down the toilet, but what happened to their stock market today? I don't know. Well, like, what's the news? I have no idea. Like, I don't know how to. It's hard for me to answer it. I can tell you this. I can tell you that a lot of this run-up may have to do with a couple of factors, economic factors. First of all, Turkey is being very, very wise by siding with the BRICS and exiting the West. So I did this presentation a while back, and it was on Nico's show. So let me see if I can pull it up on a different monitor. 1 second. I really don't want to spend an hour talking about this, but I actually could easily spend an hour talking about this. So I have this presentation. Multi-year investment outlook. I guess I can hit present. I gotta skip a few sections. Still loading. The Euro stuff. Oh, BRICS, here we go. So here are the BRICS, and the BRICS are going to crush the West in terms of economic production, in terms of everything. Okay. And I talk about all the stats. I talk about why. Basically, the BRICS have only one problem. They have everything. The BRICS have the BRIC countries, and by BRIC countries, I literally mean Russia and China. Mostly Russia and China, a little bit Brazil, and India. India is big as well. They have everything except one thing. The only major pillar they lack is the young creative talent to develop the future economy. Now, this is a biggie. This is a biggie. It's as important as everything else combined. But hopefully they can remedy that. But the West is in serious trouble. And in this presentation, this is what it looks like now. G7 versus BRICS, okay? This is NATO versus BRICS. I know it's a military alliance, but it's important, right? Because I don't know why people don't think it's important. If there is ever a global war between NATO and the BRICS are significantly stronger together. Russia plus China plus India, though India will stay neutral. But Russia plus China is stronger than the United States. It's to me, it's a no-brainer, but to others, they seem to still be confused. And this is where it starts to get interesting. This is economic unions, and you can see how China's Belt and Road Initiative is crushing it. The West ain't doing jack, okay? This was also interesting. You're combining that with all the countries that did not vote against Russia. So if you see a country in red, that means they voted for that Russia did not break any human rights violations by invading Ukraine. That's important. And if it's in yellow, that means the country abstained and decided not to voice their opinion, okay? Turkey is in blue. That's important. This is the map that I made, okay? This is my outlook for the next decade, okay? And over the next decade, the countries in red are going to be fully on board with China. And the countries in yellow, I'm not sure about. But the countries in red are going to join the Indian, Chinese, and Russian economic unions. And the most important countries here are Venezuela, which I have no idea. That one is a wild card. But the next two in purple is Hungary and Turkey. And I think that both Hungary and Turkey, I think Hungary will leave NATO to piss off the European Union, and they might get kicked out of the European Union, and they are likely to sneeze, and they are likely to fully join the BRICS. But Turkey is more likely. So Turkey is not in the European Union. Turkey will never join the European Union because Turkey will never be allowed to join the European Union. Turkey, the European Union has been dangling the carrot that Turkey will be emerged in the European Union for decades. And Turkey is now becoming huge buddy-buddy with Russia in order to solve their Syria problem, okay? And this is also important. And also in order to solve their Iran, they're going to be on good terms with all these countries, okay? So, sorry, I pointed to the wrong country. And therefore, Turkey is gonna make peace with Syria. Erdogan is gonna make peace with Bashar al-Assad, and Putin is brokering the deal. So Putin and Erdogan are gonna become best friends, okay? And that is really gonna piss off the West. And I think it will all lead to Turkey leaving NATO and joining Russia and China in the BRICS, basically, eventually. And that's going to be a huge blow to Europe. Huge, huge blow to Europe. So I don't know why I got on this tangent. I got to do this presentation, actually. I got to finish it up. Indonesia is the prize. Indonesia is the big prize right there. Where is Indonesia going to go? And I'm pretty sure Indonesia will also side with the BRICS and China. And the only thing that's left is the Philippines. They're not as economically needed to either of the alliances as Indonesia. But yeah, I did this whole presentation on the future of economics. So why am I talking about all of this? Well, because this is crazy. ETFs do not crash this much in one day. That is insane. Though the Turkish one tends to do that. I know there was a big meeting between Putin and Erdogan about becoming stronger alliance partners. And I think the West, and by West, I mean United States. Look, I hate to break it to you guys, but no one in the world gives a shit what Australia, Canada, and even Germany thinks, or even what the UK thinks. The UK doesn't even know who their prime minister is going to be tomorrow, and no one knows who their prime minister was 2 months ago because it could have been one of three people. And no one really cares. Like no one, like the Americans that are kind of running the West, they really don't give a shit about what Germany thinks, the UK thinks, especially what France thinks. They're completely irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. They don't care. So as long as the United States is in charge, and eventually it's going to come to an end. I can debate both sides, whether it's good or bad that America's in charge of the West. I mean, Germany was in charge of the West, it'd be worse, or France, or Canada, for God's sakes. Imagine if a Trudeau was the leader of the free world. I mean, Biden is like, I have no idea who rules Biden, but at least U.S. has some checks and balances. Imagine if Jacinda Ardern from New Zealand was the head of the free world, or like the pet of Klaus Schwab. I mean, it's crazy, right? So, but the United States doesn't give a shit what anyone in Europe thinks. Like, they really couldn't care less. I mean, look, they blew up the pipeline in Germany, right? Like they really couldn't care less. So they're gonna go after Turkey. They're gonna try to destroy Turkey. They're already destroying Turkey's currency. They've been destroying Turkey's currency for a while. I mean, Turkey is doing some boneheaded stuff themselves that is not healthy. But there's multiple reasons why the United States is going after Turkey, and its friendship with Russia is the biggest factor. And I'm expecting a full coordinated attack by the West on Turkey. So I would not be investing in anything Turkey right now, not their stock market, not their currency for sure. But if Turkey plays their cards right and they create good military alliances and economic alliances with India, Russia, and China, and Brazil, Turkey can put themselves in an incredible position for the next decade. Now, if Turkey is able to, and I don't think they will, if Turkey can do what India is doing and stay completely neutral, then that would be even better. But I don't think it's possible for Turkey to stay neutral because they're too integrated into the West right now. And if they try to stay neutral, the West is going to go after them. So Turkey will have no choice but to say, screw you to the West. And people don't realize how geographically important Turkey is. If Turkey joins Russia, they completely cut off any Western military navy in the Black Sea, which is huge. Ukraine basically becomes landlocked if Turkey is completely aligned with Russia, like Belarus is. I mean, Ukraine having access to the Black Sea or not having access to the Black Sea becomes completely irrelevant. And they basically control the east side of the Mediterranean. Okay. So that's huge. And be very careful with investing in Turkey right now, because the West's effort to try and destroy the country. But they can't go in there with their military, right? Turkey has like the 4th strongest military in the world, behind US, China, Russia, in that order, pretty much. US, China, Russia. I mean, order can be flipped, actually. Could be US, Russia, China. Could also be China, US, Russia. I'll still put, US military ahead of the Russian military, but it's debatable whether Chinese military is stronger than the US military. And it's debatable if Chinese military is stronger than the Russian military, because we haven't seen the Chinese military actually do anything. And then Turkey is coming in fourth, and then you have Iraq and so not Iraq. What am I saying? Iran is up there as well. And that's it. Europe has no military. Europe has no military. They've been Europe's been disarmed, and Russia right now is disarming the rest of Europe. So they're sending all their weapons to Ukraine, and they're all getting destroyed. So Europe doesn't really have any more military. They're done. All right, I'm done. I'm done with this topic. So just be careful with Turkey. I didn't want to talk about it for this long, but I haven't talked about it in a while. What do you think of the Dutch natural gas price action? Ticker is TTF1. This is. I'm glad you guys are giving me, simple things like Apple stock. Thank you for that. The Dutch natural gas. The Dutch are running out of natural gas. I mean, Europe is totally screwed with natural gas. So either the Dutch are telling the rest of the European Union to go F themselves. We're not going to be selling you this gas. We're going to use it for ourselves because we don't want to be cutting down every single tree to heat our homes. Or they're just running out of gas because this thing should be rising, right? Like right here, look at this. This made sense, right? Because if Europe can't buy gas from Russia, then they're going to be buying it from their other partners. The Dutch are right there, but it looks like the Dutch are no longer selling their natural gas to the rest of Europe because they're saying, nope, we need this stuff. No opinion. It looks like a shitcoin right now. I would not touch it. Maybe wait for a weekly MRI buy. Look at the last weekly MRI buy. Off the weekly MRI buy, it went up 45%. That is a great trade. 45% in a month. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay. Now, this one would not have worked out. The sell would not have worked out. Stop loss would have been hit, but the buy certainly worked out. But the sell is tricky, right? Because it was approaching a double top. And you guys know I don't like double tops. You approach a double top, you're going to break out. But right now, I'd wait for the next MRI buy. All right, next question. Where do you see semiconductor stocks by the end of 2023? I should have a semiconductor ETF. Sectors, do I have semiconductors here? Probably subsectors. That's the marijuana, that's the cannabis one. Oh wow, look at that. The cannabis ETF may be worth buying or at least keeping an eye on. The cannabis ETF has had a monthly MRI buy. That's impressive. Keep an eye on the cannabis ETF. It might come back with a vengeance here. Keep an eye on that. This is banking, and this is also banking. So I don't know if I have a semiconductor ETF. Let me see second. MJ is also cannabis, I think. And this is, no, I don't have, oh man, what's the semiconductor ETF? I don't want to look at individual semiconductors. I want to look at the ETF. Semiconductors. It's the MSCI one. I really want the S&P one. That's okay. We'll look at the MSCI one. I used to work for MSCI, by the way. I worked for MSCI for like 2 or 3 years. Oh, what a beautiful MRI buy on the semiconductor weekly ETF. Look at that. And inside a monthly MRI buy. Wow. So this happened the week of October 17th. Why didn't you ask me to look at it then? And so October, look at October. Look at the semiconductors. October, 30% semiconductor ETF. Wow, incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'd stay away from it until it breaks the prior swing high. Look, you're looking at lower swing highs, lower swing high, lower swing high, lower swing high, lower swing high, and we don't have a higher swing low yet. So I would wait till the break above the MRI line right here on the semiconductor ETF. So if you look at individual stocks, INTC is Intel, I guess semiconductor. Look at that beautiful monthly MRI buy on. This is like an advertisement for the MRI here. Look at that. But I still want to see a breakout. I want to see Intel break the prior swing high, and then I would be bullish. So I would be a buyer of Intel above $30.50. That's my outlook. And I would not touch it right now. I mean, you can try. I'm a little better at buying the double low, the double bottom. I would play it safe. I would wait for the break of the prior swing high. Other MU. Let's see what Micron's doing. Same thing, same exact thing, same chart. Looks identical. And finally, a MKR. Oh, this is not the same. Look at that. Look at this bullish action. Wow. Amcor is doing something right. Look at that hyperwave right there. Well, didn't last long enough for a hyperwave, but wow. Wow. This is a beautiful consolidation. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. It's consolidating between, we got perfect support by the MRI support line. Textbook. And look at the breakout line. This is like, I don't even need to draw a horizontal channel. The MRI did it for you with its support line. Remember, the support line started on this day. And look how beautiful it's been. A breakout line started on this day, right here. That's where the line begins. It started on that day. This is a gorgeous chart. Whatever this company is, they're crushing it. Yep, I'm bullish. Wow, Amcor, they do those batteries, right? They're doing well. I like the stock. Love it. Amazon, Google charts. Those are bond yields. Oh, the bond yield should be a disaster. Yep, TLT, that's probably going to go down. Bond portfolios are going to take a massive hit some more. You can see my lines from the past. 10-year yield, that's going to keep rising. Weekly chart. We're looking at Amazon. Oh, what happened? Oh, they had a stock split. That was my like hyperwave. But they had a stock split, so that's all right. I'll change it later. So did they hit? They never really went into full hyperwave. So it looks like it's probably in wave 2. Looks ugly. Looks ugly. Absolutely ugly. I would not touch this. I wouldn't touch it. Guys, it's time for these companies to die. Time for Google to die. I'm so integrated into Google, but you know, they screwed up. They've gone woke. They started censoring. And it's time for these companies to die. It's time for alternatives that care about people's privacy to wipe them out. So I am not that bullish on Google. Hopefully it keeps falling in price. And new alternatives that care more, the new tech alternatives. I am bullish on the NASDAQ over the next decade, but I'm not bullish on Google. Netflix. Coming back, you know, people watching TV again. People started watching TV again. Big drop. Facebook. I wish Facebook went away. Beautiful MRI buy though. Facebook chart actually looks a little bullish to me. All right, what else we got? Coinbase chart. Do I have coin on here somewhere? Coin, MRI buy. I'm not going to fight the MRI buy. Either buy it or don't touch it. I hate Coinbase. I will never put money in Coinbase. It's very rare that I put my ethics and principles above my investing. Like I would probably speculate on Ethereum and profit from Ethereum before I speculate on Coinbase. I just hate what that company stands for. I think their CEO needs to be replaced. So I would not buy Coinbase stock. I would rather buy Bitfarms or another company. But I wouldn't buy Coinbase out of principle. I just think it's a terrible company with a terrible culture. So I wouldn't do it. I would buy Kraken stock if it ever goes public, for sure. But MRI buy, I mean, it's up to you what to do with that. Next. Boeing. What's their BOE, right? What is this USD 5 CDI? What's the Boeing stock? BA. Okay, there it is. Wow. 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 Well, look, guys, I'm flying everywhere and shit's expensive to fly now. Wow. See, this is why you buy the breakout, right? There's hindsight is always 2020, right? Let's dissect how Tone would have traded it. Weekly chart. I would have probably bought the MRI buy. And I probably would have been stopped out right here. So I would have had a long trade here that would have stopped me out unless I did it with options. I would have had a long trade here that would have stopped me out. Okay. What would I have done next if I continued to look at the stock? I probably, not definitely, probably would have went long again somewhere over here. And I'll tell you why it's probably. And my stop loss would have been back at the lows. It would have been a not very good risk reward trade. Though I would have been looking for a reward up in the MRI resistance zone. Now, I'm going to lower it to here. So why am I saying probably? The reason I'm saying probably is you don't see a green star candle because I like entering my trades in the early count of the MRI when it's on 2s, 3s, and maybe 4s. I don't like entering when it's in the 4s, 5s, and 6s. Okay, but it is a weekly scale, so we have to check it on a daily. After I would have gotten stopped out, I would have bought the consolidated breakout. I would have just chalked this up to bad luck. And I get a lot of bad luck, okay? Now, even though I hate setting targets, but my target would have been somewhere up here. But because we hit an MRI weekly sell, I'm forced to take profit on this trade. would I have shorted this MRI? Again, the answer is maybe. Maybe I would have shorted, or maybe I would have been happy with my profit and left it at that. I have absolutely no idea. Had I shorted, right? Had I shorted this, where would my profit take have been? And that's a big if, right? And if I was to short it, I would have shorted it like here, okay? Where would my profit have been? Well, I would have kept holding and holding and holding until either we're approaching the MRI support or we're hitting an MRI buy. We never hit the MRI buy. So I'm exiting this thing somewhere around here, around these two candles on a stop loss. So I'm just teaching you guys, I'm not saying I would have gone short off the MRI sell, but if I went short on the MRI sell, I am not going to sit here and bullshit you that I would have exited the stock with a profit right at the low at 120. I would have had zero reason to exit my short trade at that area. The reason why I'm able to say with confidence that I would have exited at the perfect top over here in August is because of the MRI arrow. There is no MRI arrow, so I'm not going to sit here bullshitting that I would have exited the perfect low at the double bottom. I hate double bottoms. They're not. I don't hate them as much as double tops for reversals, but they're also not that great when there's so much more downside, especially when this company seems to make planes that crash. So I would have been stopped out, but stopped out for a big profit. Okay. Now, as I get stopped out, I am potentially going long here. And again, I'm saying potentially going long on this green star candle. My risk would be a little bit high, all the way down to the lows. My target is once again this MRI resistance line or the MRI sell. And you can see how they happened at the same time. The MRI resistance and the MRI sell arrow. I'm just blocking it right here with this stupid thing. Okay. But again, I'm saying I'm not definitely taking this trade, but I may be taking this bullish trade. And again, this is if I'm trading Boeing and only Boeing, the way some of us trade Bitcoin and only Bitcoin. Now, let me tell you about a trade I am very interested in making. Very interested in making. In fact, if I did make this trade, I am likely doubling down over here when we are breaking the prior swing high. That is a beautiful trade. The only thing that's preventing me from making this trade is the fact that we are close to an MRI top, but it's on a weekly, so we have many weeks to go, and we already gone up quite a bit. But I love the breakout. I absolutely love it. This is the break of the prior swing high, is an incredible time to go long. I hate double tops. And buying the swing top will probably be a good trade 8 out of 10 times. Okay. And look at that right now. So had I bought here, where would I take profit? Well, it's obvious. I am taking profit right here on either probably right on this candle over here at $185. But look what happens next. We're consolidating at the top, about to break the MRI resistance line. So I am a buyer once again. We have broken out after consolidation. We have a green star candle, and now we're going for a second consecutive MRI top. So I would love to be long this stock right now. This is beautiful. I know it's gone up a little much in a short amount of time, and right today is not the time to enter it. But if I already made a bunch of money from the stock since October of last year, hell yeah, I'm going to keep riding that bull till as long as I can, and potentially to a new all-time high. Wow, this is going to be a long-ass video. So hopefully that was a good educational session because it's just too beautiful of a chart. We can find a crappy chart, and I can tell you how I would have lost money on 5 trades in a row. But this is a beautiful chart. Beautiful chart. Okay, next. I'm going with what my moderators are sending. Clean spark ticker is CLCS. CLSK. Sorry, I'm retarded. Clean spark doesn't seem to be very clean. I like the MRI. Wow. Look at that. Perfect MRI buy. Perfect MRI sell. Bad MRI buy, but it wouldn't have lost you much. Bad MRI buy, but again, wouldn't have lost you much. And we have an MRI buy. I don't know anything about this company, but I'm bullish right now. Bullish right now off the MRI. Oh, thanks for the mining update on it. Mined 4,621 Bitcoin, up 200% year over year. Nice. Bitcoin holdings as of December, 228. That's it? No, Bitfarms has way more than that. Bitfarms has thousands of Bitcoins. Silvergate, not Silvergate. What's Silvergate? You mean Silvergate? Do you mean Silvergate Capital? Can you just double check on that? I don't know Silvergate. Doesn't sound like a word. Oh yeah, I saw. Yeah, Silvergate. Yeah, got it. Well, they're looks like a shit coin, doesn't it? I would stay away from this with a 10-foot pole. Perfect MRI sell. Perfect MRI sell. I like, guys. I don't know how a perfect MRI buy. Well, if you're watching me and you don't have this indicator, why are you watching? You should have this. You should be able to identify these things. This one was not great. They're not all going to be perfect. But look at these two. My God. Wow. 62% drop in 2 months. I'm only looking at weekly charts. I'm not even looking at daily charts. This looks horrendous. Stay away from this thing. They're gonna. I mean, that was a good trade, but right into earnings. So that you had to have gotten out. Nice 30% pump. Followed by a 42% overnight dump. I would stay away from this thing with a 10-foot pole. They don't know what they're doing. Maybe they hired Sam Bankman-Fried. Oh, what does Silvergate actually do? Oh, they did hire Sam Bankman-Fried, or at least they had invested in him. Nifty. Someone in India needs answers. Nifty. Weekly chart. Oh, beautiful MRI top. My God. Well, it looks bullish, actually. It looks bullish. Look, you're consolidating at the top. Beautiful pullback off of this MRI top. You broke the prior swing high. You broke the double swing high, and you just back tested it. Loving Nifty right now. Incredible. Really like it. All right, guys, I think I'm done. This video has gone long enough. Look at plug. Is that plug and play? No, plug power. Okay. Ugh. Yep, you needed to break the double top. It didn't break the double top, but it broke the MRI support line. Wow, it looks like a shit coin, doesn't it? Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Well, what do you think is going to happen? You just broke a double bottom. You broke the MRI support line. It looks bad. Your next support level is maybe here if you're lucky, probably here, right there. There's your support, right? Let's see. This right here, a little pump, pullback, breakout, right? Now let's look at Bitfarms. Just the comparison, because I'm now intimately familiar with the stock. It doesn't have that little pump. But it had that little pump there, right? It's come back to default, right? I was looking for a buying opportunity right here at like 75 cents, going right before the big breakout. And I need another example. I don't have a good example. Maybe Mara. Yep. There it is. There it is. Boom. Got the little pump, pullback, breakout. Let's take the line. Boom. Back. Extend. Right there. It actually breached it. But it breached it quite a bit on percentage basis. 40%. So that's your line. That's your support line. It would have been a nice trade right here off that support line, right? But that is your next level of support. So now if we go to plug, same thing. Where's my line? Boom, there's the line. That's your target. That's your buy target right there. Wait till $5, $6, whatever, 585. There it is. George Noble has an ETF. Noble Absolute Returns. Wow. I didn't know Noble had an ETF. He's doing well. I mean, George Noble knows what he's doing. I disagree with him on a bunch of stuff. I think he should discuss things and not, ban them from his faces. Like Tesla stock, for example, should be discussed. Looks great. I'd buy it. I mean, you can make ridiculous money hating Bitcoin and hating Tesla, which is noble. It's fine. There's plenty of other ways to make money without Tesla and Bitcoin. Anyone who is repped in FTX needs to go down, and no one should ever allow them to anywhere near finance and investing again. If you were a backer of FTX, if you worked with FTX, if you were involved in FTX, you need to be your company needs to be dissolved, and you need to be blackballed from the financial industry. So Silvergate needs to go bankrupt. Somebody needs to force them into go bankrupt. And any C-level manager, even the lawyers that worked at Silvergate, should not be allowed to work in finance. Anyone associated with FTX, including Barry Silbert and DCG, they need to go away. Okay? So Visa and MasterCard, their stocks only have one direction up because these companies print money and collect interest. So I don't know how far back I have to go, but I don't know if there is an easier way to make money than owning a credit card. This is a perpetual up motion. Visa and MasterCard. I can't possibly think of how Visa and MasterCard are going to go down. Maybe Bitcoin, maybe with Bitcoin, right? But Visa and MasterCards have a green light from the US government to print money. And if your company prints money, your stock can only go up in one direction. Remember, all the money you spend on your credit card gets created out of thin air by the credit card company. They're not borrowing this money. Like, how are you paying for your mochaccino and then paying it back a month later? Where is that money coming from? The credit card company creates it out of thin air. Out of thin air. Okay. And they create money out of thin air, and then you have to pay that money back with interest. So they're just printing money for you, and you pay them with, and they charge. So they charge both ends, right? They charge the merchant the transaction fee. They also charge you every time you make a late payment. So they're just printing money out of thin air. So they'll do well. PayPal does not print money out of thin air. Okay. PayPal's business is different. PayPal doesn't get to print its own money. PayPal went fully woke, and I hope this company goes to zero. And the chart looks like a shitcoin. So where is support? There actually isn't one at the moment. So it has support over here. So it's got more downside. There's almost no support. GM. I actually have to get some work done, guys. So we're gonna end it here. Wow, beautiful MRI buy, beautiful MRI sell. Look at that, MRI buy, MRI sell. Oh, we're on a monthly chart. Why are we on a monthly chart? Beautiful MRI sell. I mean, I like it. You got a little bit of a bullishness here, and then you have a double top. So it looks good. GM looks good. Manufacturing is going to come back to the US, guys. You have to remember, Europe is done. Europe is done. Put a fork in Europe. They will not be manufacturing BMWs in Germany. They will not have lights at the factory. They will not. Germany will have no energy. You will not have a BMWs in your Volkswagens or all these other, whatever else Germany makes. Okay, that's not going to happen. It's done. So they're going to move their manufacturing to the US. Maybe a GM will buy a BMW. I don't know who owns BMW. Who owns BMW? BMW Group owns BMW. Okay, so they're their own group. Okay, great. Someone's gonna buy them. Someone's gonna buy BMW. If you can't, like again, Germany will have no energy. You won't even have lights on. You have to take cold showers there. Well, like I don't understand. Like how can you invest in those cars? I don't know if BMW is public or not. Volkswagen's public. VW, right? No, sorry. Wait. What's Volkswagen? What's their ticker? What's Volkswagen's ticker? I thought it was VW. I can't spell Volkswagen. There it is. Why is it in Italy? Hold on. Something's wrong. Is this it? Gotta be it. Oh, look at that. What a surprise. Volkswagen is crashing in price. You want to take a guess when it started crashing in price? Well, it really started crashing the moment Russia invaded, right? Right. Well, when did Russia-Ukraine war start? February 23rd, right? Bam. Bam. Look at that. Why do you think this company's been crashing since then? Like, where do you think they're going to make this shit? Germany doesn't have energy. You can't manufacture a car if you have no energy. They're going to get bought out. China's going to buy it. Maybe American car makers are going to buy it. Who wants to buy a German car made in China? Like, you might as well buy a China car. Like, what? Like, I know some, my family is all about Subarus, but we always buy Subarus made in Japan. Not Subarus made in the US, but Subarus made in the US are still pretty good. But like, the reason you buy a Japanese car is because it's made in Japan, right? Ontario, I disagree with you completely. The ugliest and dumbest car ever, maybe BMW 1 Series. I love the BMW 1 Series. My favorite BMW is the BMW X1. That's the smallest SUV that they make. I mean, if I had any confidence in Germany and BMW, I would have probably bought that car already. But one of the reasons why I'm not buying that car, besides the fact that I'm never in the United States to drive that car, is because, like, I don't think there'll be parts for that car in 5 years. I don't think BMW might actually disappear as a company, along with Mercedes-Benz. Or again, China will buy them. Maybe Russia will buy them. Russia needs some good cars to make. That'd be hilarious, right? If a Russian car making company buys BMW and Mercedes. Farmland Partners. I don't know what this company does, but they're doing well. I am bullish on this company. I hope it's like farm for animal meat and not farms, to kill a bunch of animals with vegetable growth. Last one, guys. Buying a BMW made in China is buying a Chinese car. You're buying a Chinese car, right? If the Chinese are making BMWs, then they have copied every single element. The one thing the Chinese are amazing at is plagiarizing. So if Germany sent off even a single brand of car to be manufactured in China, China now knows every single element of BMW, especially if they're making it. So now you might as well buy a Chinese brand car if you know that expertise came from manufacturing BMWs in China. There'll be no difference. Yeah, BMW 1 Series X1 is my favorite one because you get to park it in like LA, and well, I don't know about LA, but in Manhattan garages, you get to park it as a sedan, not as an SUV. Because if you have an SUV, the garage will charge you $25 more per day to park it. So you can get a parking spot in Manhattan for a BMW X1 SUV for like $30, $40 a day instead of 75. Any interesting facts on climate change? Not today. SPI, last one. SPI Energy. Terrible. Terrible. What the hell did they do? Who did they kill? Like, what the hell happened here? Why are you making me look at this? Why in the world would anyone ever in their life buy this at any point in its history? I'm done with this thing. What should a government do if its biggest companies are failing? Again, not time for discussion. I actually I can make the argument that if the company is a manufacturing company, and you don't want manufacturing a product, and the only way to keep manufacturing that product is to bail out the company, I don't mind a bit of a bailout with proper restrictions. So, for example, the auto industry bailout, I didn't have a problem with. I had a problem with it at the time a little bit, but that's because I didn't know better. But anyway, that's a long economic discussion. I would love to talk basketball cards and a Mickey Mantle rookie card. Someone just messaged me that the other day. I don't know if it was you. But hey, I think I have to meet up with someone. Let me yeah, we're gonna talk basketball cards next time. All right, guys. Hey, please come out to Unconfiscatable, taking place in December. And if you're interested in all things finance, investing, and trading, join us at the Financial Summit in Dubai in November. It's going to be an incredible event. You can reserve your spot now with just a $2,000 deposit, and then you get to decide when you pay the rest later. This is an expensive event. It's a huge filter. You get 5 nights in one of these rooms. This is an upgraded villa. You have to pay a little more for that. This is literally your villa. That's your private pool. We're in a nature preserve. There's animals coming by, drinking from your pool. This is the bedroom, bathroom. This is the standard room that's included. Your office and your pool and bedroom at night. This is the upgraded room. This is how we do the Financial Summit. It's an incredible event. We're going to have more testimonial videos coming out soon. You don't want to miss this event. It's absolutely incredible. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you all on the next one. Bitcoin price has not moved a penny this entire stream. All right, guys.